Hello, this is John, host of the Mgtow is Freedom channel. I have the penis. All right, this video on masculinity, righteous indignation is important for us to discuss as men. And you can choose for yourself whether you agree or disagree, whether you choose to employ or not employ what I'm going to talk about. It has to do with behaving in a masculine fashion. And that is the ability to be angry or pissed off, to be righteously indignant towards someone, the ability to take offense and show it, to display disapproval as a man. That is a masculine quality. It is a masculine quality that social engineers, feminists, and the government have tried taking from us. You're not allowed to be angry anymore as a man. It is frowned upon. It is called bullying or intimidating. Getting mad at somebody is considered a loss of temper and therefore a loss of clear and conscious thinking. It is assumed through indoctrination and the social climate that if you are angry, you have lost intellectual capacity, and that is not so. When I do my videos and I'm angry, I'm cussing, I'm using bad words, foul language, I appear to be angry, but that doesn't mean I've given up my intellect. It does not mean I've lost control. What it means is I'm exercising my masculine qualities. They are dominant qualities. When the lion roars in Africa, what do the animals around him think? They know that that is a lion. They have no doubts. And when they hear a lion attack, the roaring, the growling, the snarling, they know some ass is being whipped, and they behave accordingly. If the lion were not to roar, right, if the bear were not to growl, all of those vicious animals we think of, the snarl of a real wolf, it lets you know that they are exhibiting their dominant qualities. They are showing their power that way. And everything that is beneath them or submissive to them understands that. Only the human being, which has a dominant figure in its culture, the masculine male, only human beings tell and subvert that. Tell that man, that being, that creature, he is not allowed to do that. It's wrong, and it's a sign of ignorance or callousness. It's negative, it's bad, etc., etc., etc. If you want to get mad, get mad. It is your right as a man. You were created a certain way. You were created as men. And you've been denied your ability to act like one by being shamed and guilted by women, by feminists, by our culture, by social engineers to believe you're not allowed to be mad, and that quality within yourself makes you less than. In fact, being masculine and having righteous indignation makes you more of a masculine man, because it is one more way for you to express yourself when the situation calls for it. So when I get mad and I call people names, pick on trolls, whatever I do, I haven't lost control of here. I have the penis and I have control. I'm an intellectual creature, but I am also capable of masculine savagery, because that is the dominant quality that has brought man out of the forest, kicked the living ever shit out of the bear, and took his cave for himself. He went from being just a man on the prairie to the caveman because of his masculinity. What is the bear more frightened of? A man sitting on a rock knitting a sweater? Or a man with a spear yelling and screaming at it and waving the spear and coming after it and killing it? Oh, the bear learns fear. It is the intellect and the use of righteous indignation to make one's point, to show one's dominance and superiority, and to show how fierce a masculine man can be. Don't let it be lost upon you the value and use of righteous indignation, anger. You know because you've seen it. You've seen it at work. I remember this joke that years ago I heard on a radio show, and it came on quite often when talking about feminists. It would be some loud, brash bitch who would stand up, and it was on the radio, but you could hear that she's, standing up for her thing. We're fierce, we're feminist, and we're in your face. Feminists, men, take on the quality of fierceness and getting in your face and being righteously indignant and proclaiming their philosophy to be superior, and you as a man should submit. And if you allow them to do that, then you have lost something. So you fight them how you feel fit, going your own way, whether it's ignoring them, whether it's denying them, whether it's using them, whether you accept them, whether you put them down, it's all up to you, including your use of your fierce masculine qualities. Those are yours. You have the penis. Don't let them take it from you. I can think of numerous occasions where just being fierce has kept me out of fights. Being 6'6" and really large, and being a target that way for somebody with a chip on their shoulder, I've talked them out of it. I don't want to get in a fight. Where's the fun in that, right? Unless I just want to throw some dukes. I've gotten over that in my older age. I don't have much to prove in that way because I've done all the proving I need to prove that I am a physically dominant alpha male. But I have used my fierceness and my intellect to keep myself out of fights by being and sounding both fierce and intelligent and talking the other person out of getting their ass kicked. That's just one example. But you have a right, men, do you not? Ask yourself, if you get angry, is it not real? Did something in your mind not justify the reaction you had? Was the reaction emotional? Was the reaction the result of your logical or intelligent thought? Is one superior to the other as a mental function? Emotional reaction versus intelligent reaction. Can you have both at the same time? Those are answers for you to decide. I'm just bringing the topics up for discussion. As far as I'm concerned, it is my right to be angry. I don't have to accept feminist or any other thing that I think is wrong or bad or incorrect. I do not have to accept it. And if it is so vile, so repulsive, so insulting and so disrespectful that it stirs anger within me, I have a right as a human being to express myself, called freedom of speech. And I can do it in a way that demonstrates my anger. Now, where men get pussy-eyed, where we get put down and kept down, is that we are told we're threatening and that we're dangerous and we're out of control. That is wrong. That is control. That in itself is a threat that the police will be called on you. But you do have a right to be indignant. You have a right to self-expression, especially when it comes to feminine, because that feminism, because those feminized masculists, right, those female masculists, they are challenging you intellectually and politically, and they are trying to dominate and control you with their argument, their behavior, their in-your-face attitude. And it merits a fierce response. I have had women walk up to me and puff their little chests out and act like they're tough. And this reminds me of the big dog, little dog. How many times have you seen the big dog standing there and the little dog comes up, growls at it and jumps and lunges at it and scares the big dog? The little dog has fooled the big dog with its fierceness. This is an example that I like to use to illustrate the difference between men and women. Women have teeth and they can make a lot of noise, but they really don't have the same bite that big dogs have. You know that the little dog can make a mess and cause some damage, but they're really still just little dogs. And in the real world, you put a dachshund, which is a fierce little dog, up against a mountain lion, it is a snack. It'll use its little femur bone for a toothpick. It's not really, there's no comparison between which one is truly fierce and which one is just sounding fierce. So stop submitting, I say, to the authority, the presumed authority and the presumed power and the presumed righteousness of feminism. As men, we can choose. If you want to choose to submit to that, go ahead. I do not. I choose to fight. I choose to engage the enemy when they make themselves known. Through fraud or by force, they make themselves known, and I see them, and I do not let them get away with it. And when it is applicable, I show them my fierceness, my righteous indignation. It lets them know that there is a consequence for poor behavior. Men know there's a consequence for poor behavior. Do we not? You fuck up, you get in another man's face, and you stand a chance of getting clobbered. Whether you're bigger or not, an intelligent man doesn't go looking for a fight at every turn. And if you mess up, you can expect to get hit or hit from behind. So men don't do that to other men. They use respect with other men. Feminists, social justice warriors, social engineers have no respect for your masculinity, and they get in your face. And they rely on the fact that they're girls, that they do not get punched, that they do not get put down physically. And of course, if you tried that, they would immediately call the police and you would be charged with assault, charged with battery, arrested, and you're in trouble. But that does not mean you are not allowed to speak your mind and demonstrate your disapproval with them. As a man, as a masculine man, go after them and do not let them put their will above yours. Some MGTOW will just walk away and ignore them. I choose the battlefield. I choose to take on the enemy. Because MGTOW is freedom. It has freed my mind. It is my personal philosophy, and I've had it for a long time. It has freed my mind, and I do not take shit off of anybody. There is no need. That is not a requirement. And when you act like a man, you will be respected like a man. When you speak, think, act, and do as a man does, you earn respect. You'll also earn scorn from feminists when they dare. And when they do, engage them if you have the wits about you to do it. Take the opportunity. Understand the risks. Realize the rewards when you've accomplished the goal, the task, and defeated the enemy. Vanquished stupidity to its dark crevices and holes from whence it issued forth. This is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom. Have a great day, a great weekend. I look forward to your comments. Semper Fi.